You woke up today carrying a weight you were never meant to carry. Your heart is tired, your mind is crowded, and your spirit is stretched thin. But listen closely, because this morning heaven is speaking directly to you. There is a peace prepared for you that no storm can take away, a calm that stands unshaken through every trial. You are not alone in this battle, and you are not expected to fight it with your own strength. This is the moment to release every worry, loosen your grip on every fear, and place what burdens you into hands far stronger than yours. The invitation to surrender your worry when worry creeps into your heart. It does not arrive loudly. It comes quietly, almost unnoticed at first, slipping into your thoughts with questions that grow heavier by the hour. What if things don't change? What if the door doesn't open? What if the situation gets worse? Your mind begins to run faster than your spirit can keep up, and before you realize it, you are carrying a weight that was never meant to rest on your shoulders. Worry makes you feel responsible for outcomes that are not yours to manage, for battles you were never designed to fight, and for futures you cannot control. It convinces you that everything depends on your strength, your understanding, and your ability to fix what is broken. But the truth is far different, and it whispers gently to your soul every time you pause long enough to listen. There is an invitation placed before you every morning, an invitation that calls you away from anxiety and into trust. It invites you to loosen your grip on the things that keep you awake at night and release them into hands far wiser than your own. This invitation is not loud, but it is steady. It does not pressure you, but it draws you. It reminds you that you were created for peace, not panic, for rest, not fear. You were never meant to wake up with dread in your chest or walk through your day with heaviness on your spirit. You were created to breathe freely, think clearly, and trust deeply. Worry tries to steal that design. It tries to make you believe that you must understand the whole path before taking a single step. It tries to convince you that the unknown is your enemy, that uncertainty means danger, and that silence means abandonment. But surrender tells a different story. Surrender teaches you that the unknown is simply a place where faith is built, where trust grows, and where miracles often begin. Surrender reminds you that uncertainty is not a threat, but an opportunity for divine strength to reveal itself. When you surrender your worry, you are not giving up, you are giving over. You are placing your fears into hands that do not tremble, hands that hold eternity, hands that do not fail. There is a sacred relief that enters your heart when you finally whisper, "I can't carry this anymore." Those words do not show weakness, they show wisdom, they show humility. They show that you understand the difference between your responsibility and God's. You are responsible to take steps, to be faithful, to show up each day with a willing heart. But you are not responsible for outcomes, timing, or results. That part belongs to the one who sees the full picture of your life, the one who knows the detail you cannot see, the one who has already walked ahead of you into every moment you fear. Worry magnifies what is temporary and makes it feel permanent. It exaggerates what is small and makes it seem overwhelming. It blinds you to the help, the hope, and the strength that are already surrounding you. When you surrender your worry, your vision clears. You begin to see that the storm is not stronger than the one steering your life. You begin to realize that delays are not denials and that obstacles are often preparation. You begin to feel a calm rising within you, not because your situation changed, but because your heart did. Surrender is not a single moment. It is a posture. It is waking up each day and choosing to lay down what you picked up yesterday. It is refusing to let fear write the story of your life. It is trusting that you do not walk alone. It is understanding that your strength has limits, but the one who carries you does not. This is the invitation being extended to you today. Release the heavy thoughts, release the racing mind, release the pressure to control what is beyond your reach. The moment you surrender your worry is the moment peace finds room to enter. It is the moment your spirit breathes again. It is the moment your heart remembers that you are held, guided, and protected even when nothing makes sense around you. Peace is a gift. For every trial you face, peace is not something you earn, achieve, or qualify for by having everything in your life perfectly in order. Peace is a gift, offered freely, meant to steady your heart when life becomes unsteady. It is a gift that does not depend on quiet surroundings or ideal circumstances. It does not disappear when storms rise or when your path becomes uncertain. Peace is a presence that follows you into every battle, sits with you in every valley, walks beside you through every unanswered question, and rests upon you when your strength begins to fade. This peace is not fragile. It does not crack under pressure or leave you when life becomes overwhelming. It is strong, enduring, unshakable, and available to you in ways you do not always recognize. Every trial you face carries its own kind of weight. Some trials come suddenly, like a storm that breaks without warning, leaving you shocked and unsure of what to do next. Others come slowly, building over time, draining your energy little by little, until you are exhausted and weary. But in every type of trial, whether huge or small, peace stands ready to meet you. The world may tell you that peace only comes when everything is fixed, when the problem is solved, when the road is smooth again. But heavenly peace works differently. It does not wait for the storm to stop. It enters the storm with you. It does not wait for clarity to appear. It becomes your clarity in the middle of confusion. It does not wait for the burden to lighten. It strengthens you beneath the weight. This peace is not shaped by conditions. It is shaped by the one who gives it. That is why you can face situations that seem too big to handle and still find calm in your spirit. It is why you can stand in the middle of a struggle and still feel held. It is why your heart can remain steady even when everything around you seems uncertain. Peace surrounds you not because everything is easy, but because you are not walking through any of it alone. Trials may shake your surroundings, but peace protects your center. It guards your thoughts from spiraling, your emotions from collapsing, and your hope from fading. When you look at the trials you face, it is easy to feel overwhelmed. You may wonder why things are taking so long, why the situation seems complicated, why the breakthrough hasn't come yet. But peace does not depend on explanations. Peace does not require you to understand the reason behind the difficulty. Peace is present simply because you are guided by a wisdom far greater than your own. Even when your eyes cannot see the purpose, your spirit begins to sense the presence of something sacred working behind the scenes. Peace reminds you that your life is not defined by what you are going through, but by the one who is guiding you through it. Some trials stretch your patience. Some test your faith. Some break you open in places you didn't expect. But peace is with you in every layer of the struggle. It whispers to you that the pain you feel is not the end, that the disappointment you carry is not final, that the closed doors you face are not meant to destroy you. Peace teaches you that every delay can hold direction, every setback can contain protection, and every hardship can shape strength inside you that you didn't know you had. Peace helps you see beyond the moment and into the meaning, beyond the pressure and into the purpose. When peace fills your heart, your perspective begins to change. What once looked like chaos begins to look like a pathway. What once felt like rejection begins to feel like redirection. What once made you afraid begins to make you stronger. Peace calms the storm within you even if the storm around you remains. It keeps your thoughts anchored when your emotions pull you in different directions. It holds you together when your circumstances try to tear you apart. Peace allows you to breathe deeply again, to think clearly again, to hope boldly again. There are moments when you will not feel strong enough. There are days when fear will try to take over, when anxiety tries to control your thoughts, when discouragement tries to silence your hope. But peace stands guard over your heart like a shield. It pushes back the lies that rise against you. It quiets the noise that tries to overwhelm you. It reminds you that no trial is greater than the one who walks with you through it. When peace fills your spirit, you stop asking, "How will I survive this?" and begin whispering, "I am not alone in this." Peace is not something distant or unreachable. It is not something reserved for those with perfect lives. It is a gift placed directly into your hands, even in the middle of every difficult moment you face. Peace is strength wrapped in stillness, comfort wrapped in certainty, protection wrapped in presence. It is the gift offered to your heart. Every morning, every night, and every moment your spirit feels tired, a morning prayer to release your burdens and receive peace. A new day has arrived, and with it comes a quiet invitation to bring your heart into a place of rest. Before the weight of the world reaches for your thoughts, before fear has a chance to whisper, before yesterday's worries try to follow you into today, there is a sacred moment waiting for you. This moment is where your spirit can breathe again, where your mind can settle, where your heart can find the calm it has been searching for. In this space, you are invited to draw near, to speak openly, to lay down everything that has been heavy on your shoulders. A morning prayer is not a ritual, it is a release. It is the gentle opening of your heart to the one who understands every burden, hears every unspoken fear, and sees every tear that never fell. It is a moment where you do not have to pretend to be strong or act like you have everything under control. Here, you can come exactly as you are. As you enter this moment of prayer, imagine placing every worry you have been carrying into open hands that never close. Think of the thoughts that kept you awake, the things you fear losing, the confusion that fills your mind when you look at your situation. These are not meant to be hidden or carried alone. Prayer is the bridge between your weakness and divine strength. It is where the noise of life quiets long enough for peace to settle into the places that ache. This is where you speak honestly, where you let go of what hurts, and where you allow your heart to be seen without fear. In this morning prayer, begin by opening your heart with honesty. Say, I come with all that I am. These words are simple, but they unlock the deepest parts of your soul. When you admit your limitations, you make room for unlimited strength. When you acknowledge your fears, you make space for courage to rise. When you confess your exhaustion, you create a place for rest to take root. This prayer is not about presenting perfect faith. It is about presenting your true self. The one who listens does not judge your trembling voice or your troubled mind. Instead, he receives every word with compassion. As you continue in prayer, let your spirit speak the words you have been holding back. You may say, I release the things I cannot control. There is freedom in that sentence. It loosens your grip on everything that has drained you. Frees your heart from responsibilities that were never assigned to you. When you release what you cannot control, you choose trust over tension. You choose peace over pressure. You choose surrender over striving. This act of releasing is where peace begins to flow like a river through your thoughts. It is where the burden shifts from your shoulders to divine hands that have carried greater things than your mind can imagine. Let your prayer go deeper. Say, calm the storms within me. These words invite peace to enter the very places where worry tries to rule. They open the door for comfort to step in, for clarity to replace confusion, for strength to rise in place of fear. When you ask for calm, you are not asking for life to be perfect. You are asking for your heart to be steady. Peace does not promise the absence of trouble, it promises the presence of strength. And when that strength begins to fill your spirit, you feel the shift taking place inside you. The racing thoughts slow down, the tension in your chest loosens. The heaviness in your soul becomes lighter. As your prayer continues, speak the words, guide my steps today. This is where grace enters your path. You do not need to see the entire journey. You only need the next step, and guidance will provide it. When you pray for guidance, you are inviting divine wisdom to shape your decisions, divine protection to surround your actions, and divine timing to direct your day. This is where you stop relying on your own understanding and start trusting the higher plan working in the background of your life. Even when you cannot see the full picture, guidance ensures that you are not walking blindly. You are walking with purpose. Let your heart whisper next, fill me with your peace. These words are the center of this prayer. Peace is what your soul longs for. Peace is what your mind needs. Peace is what your spirit cries out for in moments of overwhelm. When you ask to be filled with peace, you are asking for a calm that is stronger than fear, a stillness that silences anxiety, a comfort that holds you together even when life feels heavy. This peace does not come from the world. It comes from a place untouched by chaos. It enters gently, settles deeply, and remains faithfully. In the final stretch of this prayer, speak from your heart, strengthen me for today. You may feel weak, tired, or unsure of what lies ahead, but strength is promised to you. Strength to handle what comes, strength to endure what hurts, strength to rise above what tries to break you, strength to keep trusting when answers are not clear. When you ask for strength, you are acknowledging that you do not have to face the day alone or rely solely on your own power. You are stepping into a day supported by grace, guided by wisdom and faith, with a peace that surpasses everything trying to trouble your mind.